Okay, I'm here interviewing Elysium the Kid.
Yo.
You're a local rapper in New Brunswick.
Only the hottest rapper in MB. You know what it is.
All right, so let's just start with how you got into music. So, what is your background?
So I come from Nova Scotia, but I moved here pretty early on.
Okay.
So music has always been something I've been heavily invested in. Ever since I was 8, I had AirPods in. Well, they weren't AirPods at the time, but I had some sort of AirPods in. I was always listening to music. I grew up off sort of rock rap, and then during quarantine I had fuck all to do. I felt alone as hell, so I just put that into music.
Okay. At what time, around, did you start to get into music?
Making?
Yeah.
Around 2020, late 2020, September, November 2020.
And how did that start for you? Were you by yourself by that time, or did you have help?
It's funny, the first song I actually ever made was a Minecraft rap parody. And a diss track against somebody.
Oh my.
And they were both brutally awful, but it made me learn how to use the music program.
Okay.
And then I started making actual music. I was like, this shit's kind of tough. So.
Okay. So I guess you did kind of explain how long music has been a part of your life, but
Yeah.
specifically rap, how long has that been a part of your life?
The first rap song that really made me love rap was Money Longer by Lil Uzi Vert.
Okay.
And ever since then, it's just been the main thing for me.
So if it wasn't for music, making music, where do you think you would be now?
Dead.
Why?
Music, it got me through a lot. So dead.
Fair enough. So how did you realize music was your thing?
Basically, I was chilling with 3 of my homies, Chase, Cole, and Chase as well. And I was playing this beat and I just started freestyling into it. And it was complete shit. But I had never done anything like that before, and some of the boys were like, that's actually pretty tough. So I was like, damn, this music shit kinda cool. I gotta do this.
Okay. So who's your fashion icon?
Fashion icon. I love the kind of Playboy Cardi style. I want to get into it, but I need to get more pieces for that. I'd say as is, I'm kind of got my own sort of style, but
Okay.
yeah, I like that streetwear shit, like that A$AP Rocky stuff.
Where do you think your career is heading?
Up, up for sure. I think with this new album I'm working on, I think my career is only going up.
From what I've seen from your album, Paradise Isn't What It Seems,
Yes.
that was a huge jump from the singles that you'd been releasing, and I believe the EP, Love Relapse?
Yeah.
Was that before or after?
Love Relapse was after.
After, okay.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a change from what I've seen. From even songs in Paradise Isn't What It Seems and Love Relapse, I'd
Yeah.
seen somewhat of a change in pacing and style as you've started, even your voice changing.
Yeah.
I've seen a definite change. And speaking of style, how would you describe your style?
As it was for Love Relapse and Paradise Isn't What It Seems, it was kind of like that emo rap, that Juice WRLD style. But recently I've been stepping into my own style, stepping into my own sort of lane. I kind of want to see how well you can blend psychedelic trap and emo rap and bring that together to make some trippy heartbreak shit.
Okay. So what is your creative process behind your lyrics?
I say this a lot, but I take shit that's happened to me in the past, even if shit wasn't that deep, like even if it didn't matter that much, I kind of over analyze it, overdo it to a point, so that people who have been in situations that are worse or on the same level as mine can have a place to relate.
Okay. Uh, when it comes to performing, and I know you have performed before, what's your style of performing?
Rage, for sure. I like to turn that motherfucker up.
Okay.
I feel like if I go out there and I half-ass it, or if I go out there and I just do my shit, ain't nobody gonna mess with me. But if I go out there and I just give it 100%, like jumping around, if I had shit to throw, I'd throw shit. But yeah, that's what'll make people remember you.
Okay. And speaking of performing, if you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be?
LA for sure.
And why's that?
Because with LA, there's so many connections that you can make. If I was performing in front of the entirety of LA, there's not a shot that at least one huge artist, one huge producer, something like that would mess with me. There's not a shot that one of them wouldn't.
Okay. And speaking of that, is there any artist that you think you would harmonize best with?
Well, Juice WRLD's dead, but I would have said him. Travis Scott for sure. I feel like I could do something crazy with like Drake or something. Midwest. There's a bunch of artists that I think I could.
And are those artists that you would even want to make actual like tracks with as well?
Oh, 100%, dude. Offer me a track with Drake. Why did I say no?
Exactly. So I guess you have explained a bit on your biggest musical influencers.
Yeah.
But would you say you're like them?
Do you mean like style-wise? Or?
In some sort of way, as in like, as we've discussed, your fashion style, your rapping style, and overall how you live, would you believe you're like them?
As far as music style, I'd say, I'd say I definitely take those inspirations in. Like, I love that, like, Juice WRLD, he's one of my biggest inspirations. Like, Travis Scott's one of my biggest inspirations. So for that, I'd say for sure. For lifestyle-wise, I think it's a little too early to tell. You know what I mean? I was still just kind of in high school doing my thing. So.
Fair enough.
And I don't exactly know what these rappers' high school days were like.
And what would make you different from other rappers in the industry?
Well, I bring that energy, I bring that life. I feel like since like 2016, rap has just been dragging out of its life. It's becoming more and more generic, more and more uninspired. And I want to bring that energy, that life back to it.
Okay. And I heard about your latest project that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's your favorite one so far?
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's a huge step up from the last. And I'm making it with my producer there, Chase Miller, Prod by 506.
I'm not sure how much you have released or want to make public before it releases.
Yeah.
But do you believe that it is currently evolving, and do you believe it will evolve more?
The project itself?
Your music in general. Do you think that your music is evolving?
It's always evolving. If you listen to the jump from Lovery Labs to Back in the Man, that's a huge jump in itself. I feel like even if you listen to any song off Paradise Isn't What It Seems compared to even Lovery Labs, you can hear that confidence start to come in my voice. And that's only going to grow and evolve.
And do you think, or actually, how do you see your music evolving even in the next couple of years?
I think I'm definitely going to get better with writing and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to work on my flows and things like that. It's about that hard work, keeping that hard work going, like non-stop, and that's what's going to get you to evolve.
And I guess we can end with just some more personal questions with your favorite type of music. So Are there artists that you listen to as a way of refreshing your mind?
Recently, I was listening to this artist, Midwest. He's a hyperpop artist,
Okay.
and it was kind of like it was showing me this whole new like aspect of rap. And if I'm looking for something to feel inspired, I feel like Drake has a lot of those songs that make you feel like, damn, like I'm that dude. You feel me? I can do this shit. Yeah, so for sure.
Do you think some of the artists that you've started listening to later on in your career has changed your style even?
Oh, 100%. Initially, I kind of started with that Juice World style, and as I'm listening to more like Travis, Don Toliver, a bunch of people like that, it's just making. I love that sort of heavy bass, like dirty psychedelic type shit, like that rodeo style type stuff.
Okay. Do you find yourself listening to your own music?
Yeah, all the time. I have something to say about that actually. You know, I used to work at Subway, right? And people always be talking like, "Oh, you listen to your own music? That's so weird. That's so like, what are you doing?" But like, if I make myself a sandwich and I eat my own sandwich, people ain't gonna be like looking like an asshole. But the moment I listen to my own music, it's like, why would I create that music if I wouldn't want to listen to it? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find that listening to your music, or do you even listen to your music for just enjoyment, or do you even listen to your music to like sort of analyze it yourself, and that's why you're evolving?
I think both are prevalent. Like, if I want to just like listen to a song, like I'll play a song and just jam out to it. But if I want to like learn, like especially if it's not a finished song or a release song, you know, I'll play it back through AirPods, through my car speakers, through my main speakers. You know, hear if anything sounds off with mixing or if there's any like parts that just point out to me. Yeah.
So speaking of that, with sound, do you find yourself with your own music being more enjoyable to play in the car or to play in your earphones? What do you think is best?
I think, you know, when it's real late at night, you feel me, and you know,
Yeah.
and then you put in the AirPods, you put that noise canceling on. Recently with them songs that kind of make you transform, like that's kind of the style that I've been working towards. So listening to those like that, you know, it makes you feel triumphant.
Okay. Uh, Actually, have you met fans in public, and have you been recognized?
I've been recognized at shows, but you know, obviously. But I definitely, it's weird, like becoming a rapper and then people in the school that you've never met just being like, "You're Elysium, a kid, right?" And then you're like, "Hell yeah!" And then people just that you don't even know fuck with you immediately. Yeah.
So have you been trying to get past that local barrier recently, or do you want to stay more in there?
I'm definitely trying to pass that local barrier, but I also want to build in it. You know, I want to create that strong sense of community here in New Brunswick, as well as expand my music to other reaches.
Okay.
I don't know if after high school I'm gonna stay local or not, but because I feel like I'll always be repping the hometown, but I feel like there's not a whole lot of connections, and it's less about the music you make and more about the people you know nowadays. So if I can find people that know me and as well as make fire music, you know, that's a win-win for everyone.
Have you tried to collab with other people in order to get farther?
For sure. I mean, most of the time when I collab with artists, you know, like I usually do it just because I like their music. But there's definitely been some artists where it's like I've seen what they're doing and I want to be a part of it. You know, like there's this group in Moncton, Status Misunderstood. They're a rap group. They've got this really dope sense of community with their team. You know, it's like a family over there. So, yeah, I've definitely peep what other artists are doing and try to, be a part of it.
Okay. Well, that's about all the questions that I have for now. And I hope that we can do something on my show more, or I don't know, anything really, if you
sure.
want. But yeah, thanks for letting me interview you.
No problem, man. No problem.
Perfect.